The Galactic Council had dismissed humanity as legend for 3,000 years. Ancient texts spoke of a violent species from a death world called Earth, bipedal mammals who conquered their own planet through relentless warfare, then vanished into the dark corners of space during the Great Silence. Most civilized species considered them cautionary tales, stories to frighten children about the monsters that lurked in uncharted space. Ambassador Kelrix of the Thornian Collective was explaining this very concept to the Council when the alarms began. The humans, as they were called, represent nothing more than myth, Kelrix chittered, his 4 arms gesturing dismissively at the holographic display. Archaeological evidence suggests they destroyed themselves in nuclear fire before achieving faster-than-light travel. The probability of. The station shuddered. Emergency lights bathed the chamber in crimson. Unidentified fleet detected at the edge of Council space, the AI announced, its synthetic voice crackling with what almost sounded like fear. Composition, unknown. Technology, unrecognized. Intent, hostile. The Council erupted into chaos. The Vexari defense minister immediately called for evacuation. The Kthari representative demanded military deployment. But Kelrix felt something cold settle in his chest as he watched the tactical display populate with hundreds, no, thousands, of signatures. Magnify, he whispered. The image resolved, and the chamber fell silent. The ships were unlike anything in the galactic database. Angular, brutal, covered in weapons that bristled from every surface like the spines of some prehistoric predator. But it was the markings that made Kelrix's blood freeze, a blue and white planet, crossed by red stripes and stars. The flag of legends. The flag of Earth. Broadcast on all frequencies, a voice suddenly crackled through every speaker in the station. It was deep, distinctly mammalian, with an edge that suggested barely controlled violence. This is Admiral James Mitchell of the United Earth Space Navy, commanding the 1st Expeditionary Fleet. You have 10 minutes to surrender command of this station and all military assets within this sector. This is impossible, the Kthari representative hissed. Humans are extinct. 9 minutes, 50 seconds, Mitchell replied, apparently listening. I should clarify, we're not asking. Kelrix found his voice. Admiral Mitchell, this is Ambassador Kelrix of the Thornian Collective. There must be some misunderstanding. Humans have been absent from known space for millennia. We believed. You believed we killed ourselves. Mitchell's laugh was cold. We learned that lesson. We also learned what you did to the colonies we left behind. The chamber went silent. 3,000 years ago, when humanity had first ventured into space, they'd established 17 colony worlds beyond Earth's solar system. Then came the Great Silence, all contact ceased. The Galactic Council had assumed humanity destroyed itself and quietly absorbed the abandoned colonies, renaming them, erasing all evidence of human presence. They were empty worlds, Kelrix protested weakly. Resources for the collective good. They were ours, Mitchell interrupted, and now his voice carried the weight of ancient rage. Every world. Every station. Every human child whose descendants you enslaved or eliminated. You thought we were gone. You thought you could steal from us without consequence. What happened to you? Kelrix asked, genuinely curious despite his terror. Where did you go? There was a pause. When Mitchell spoke again, something almost like sadness colored his words. We went dark. After the first colony ships reported your fleet stripping our settlements, we made a choice. Earth withdrew. We turned inward, built deeper, stronger, smarter. While you squabbled over our scraps, we spent 3,000 years doing what humans do best, we prepared for war. The tactical display updated. The fleet wasn't just surrounding the station anymore. Kelrix realized with growing horror that ships were materializing throughout Council space, emerging from what sensors reported as tears in spacetime itself. Impossible, the Vexari minister breathed. FTL technology doesn't work that way. Wormholes require massive energy expenditures, construction time. Human technology, Mitchell said simply. We had 3,000 years and nothing but motivation. Every ship you're seeing can travel anywhere in the galaxy in seconds. Every weapon we're carrying was designed specifically to counter every known defensive system in Council space. We've been watching you. Learning. Planning. What do you want? Kelrix asked, though he already knew. Reparations. Every human descendant returned to Earth authority. Every colony world restored to human control. Every species that participated in the theft of human property will pay. Mitchell's voice hardened. And the Council will dissolve. Permanently. You can't. 5 minutes. The Council members looked at each other, seeing the same calculation in every alien eye. They outnumbered the humans. Their combined fleets represented thousands of worlds. Surely they could mount a defense. As if reading their thoughts, Mitchell spoke again. I should mention, this is one of 6 expeditionary fleets. The others are currently surrounding your homeworlds. We're not negotiating. We're informing you of the new reality. Kelrix slumped in his seat. They dismissed humanity as myth, as primitive warmongers who destroyed themselves. They'd been half right, humans were warmongers. But they hadn't destroyed themselves. They'd just been waiting. I'll recommend surrender, Kelrix said quietly. Smart choice, Ambassador. Mitchell's voice carried grim satisfaction. Welcome to the human era. We've been looking forward to this reunion. As the Council scrambled to comply, Kelrix couldn't help but think of the old Earth saying that had survived in the archaeological records, a warning they'd all ignored, beware the fury of a patient man. Humanity, it seemed, had been very patient indeed. The fleet drew closer, blotting out the stars.